Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. That's Stunning Gentleman. That's Tim, and this is Second Legacy, and thank you for stopping by. Today, we have got to show you something from the future. We lifted back the veil of the future to show you gun control of things to happen because Tim's good like that, and it's coming from the UK. Everything that we're about to show you has been proven to repeat here. We're going to show multiple examples, and I'm going to show you how the next iteration of red flag laws is just going to build on itself to make it something truly terrifying. Make sure you guys share this one out, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And I hope you're ready for some sarcasm and a little bit of humor around this because that is what we're about. And Tim, are your Nostradamus skills ready?
Yes, I am ready to predict the future once again.
That's good. Once again, I love it. I love it because this actually has history in him producing actual real life future predicting in under a month. So if you guys are not familiar, I'm going to toot his horn a little bit. We had zombie knives coming out in the UK, and we made a whole episode about the zombie knives and how terrifying they were because they had green and they had a zombie on them and they were over 8 inches of length. It was a big joke. And Tim made the comment that it's going to get here too because that's what they do. They're hive mind. And then like a month later, it was quite literally Zombie Gun Bill was introduced.
Yep.
So I mean, like
we had a Gen Z.
He's got the ability.
Yeah, Gen Z representative stand up there in front of the cameras and talk about the zombie guns.
Love it. Love the zombies. Yep. Nailed it. Well, now we have another opportunity. So let me bring you in here. Get the crystal balls ready. I said it. All right, this is 18. Gun crime survivors create scheme to stop violent partners owning firearms. Some police forces in England and Wales now ask spouses to flag dangerous traits or mental health problems. So this is red flag laws all day long, right? Red flag vibes?
On steroids.
Well, yes, except one little key difference, which we're about to get into because this key nuance is so crucially important to understand because there's a big shift that they're doing. But let me walk you through this a little bit. This is number 19, Tim. The women have helped police frame a questionnaire that firearm officers will put to the partners of people waiting or wanting a license, which it hoped will flag up issues such as a propensity to violence or mental health problems. You want to know some of the questions, Tim?
Oh, I can't wait. So let me get this straight.
Oh, yeah.
So you go to apply for a gun license. Now the state is soliciting your family member. See, in the United States, you're not supposed to, as a family member, you don't have to testify against another family member. But I guess apparently over there, they're just going to solicit family members. Like, okay, before we grant this permit, here's a little questionnaire we want you to fill out. And we want to see if there's anything that you feel is dangerous about your significant other. Interesting. Yep. Straight up Stasi.
It's such a key shift.
I mean, these are the same people that go out there and say they're anti-fascists, and policies like this are straight up fascism. This is also Marxism because fascism and Marxism are just like the ugly stepchild of one another, right? They do the same things. They're just as tyrannical. And this, my friends, is about as tyrannical as it gets. It's like, hey, yeah, you want to buy that? Well, first we want to interview all your family members and people you might live with, maybe even coworkers. We have a few questions for them about you.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
about you. Don't worry about it though.
Boy, that is like creepy Cold War Stasi stuff right there, man. That is horribly bad.
It's not only creepy Cold War Stasi stuff, because it's absolutely correct. That's a very good assessment. It's also Revolutionary War era time stuff about quartering soldiers in the civilians' homes. Because the reason that we have the Third Amendment, that's what I just pulled up, no soldier shall in time of peace be quartered in any house without the consent of the owner, nor in a time of war, but in a manner to be prescribed by law. The reason that they got rid of the quartering of soldiers was because the quartering of soldiers was all about putting spies in your home so they would report back to anything that was going on in your house. It's how you got in your homes. It's how they understood the government got good control and intel on the citizenry. That's why it's the Third Amendment.
Right.
So what they're doing now, well, we're not going to put actual soldiers or cops in your house. We're just going to solicit you and solicit everyone you love and live with on a quarterly basis, by the way. I'm going to show you that in a second, about how the mental health is so we can get that information. It is the exact same root of the government wanting to be in your house.
Mm-hmm. Except they're just now enlisting the services of family members.
Correct.
Right?
Exactly right.
And that is some really creepy, scary stuff. And people will write this off. The gun grabbers will write this off like, well, I think it's a good idea because it gets rid of firearms.
Common sense safety.
It's just common sense.
Common sense safety.
Until it gets used against them somewhere else, which it will. And then all of a sudden, I don't know how this happened. Well,
correct.
What happened? This isn't right. Well, because you're asleep.
Listen to some of these questions.
Yeah.
It's because you're asleep. That's right. Listen to some of these questions. So this is number 20. Under Project Titanium, what a great name.
That's awesome.
Partners are asked 30 questions, including, would your partner ever get professional help if they had any mental health issues? What? In a hypothetical, would your partner, should they have mental issues, ever get help? So now you've got, would they, if they, are they? I mean, it's like, what?
Right.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Objection, hearsay, Your Honor. It's like
right.
This is really, really crazy because it's asking for opinions, and then if you offer an opinion that the state doesn't like, then they're going to use that opinion to deny somebody else access to firearms. Now,
all based on hypotheticals.
All based on hypotheticals, what ifs, and yeah, interesting.
Right. And here's the next question. Yeah, here's the next question. You're going to get a kick out of this one. Would your partner ever hurt an animal?
Every year.
Like hunting?
Sweetheart, every year. I look forward to it. And then I eat said animal, and it makes me smile.
It makes me tasty and delicious.
Yeah.
And the last one that I'm going to share with you, has your partner ever threatened to use or has used a weapon on you? Those are both crimes.
Right.
That would be on record already. Oh my God.
And you're saying this is a quarterly survey?
Oh, wait for it.
Okay.
Wait for it, because that's coming next, but good pickup. So now, Tim, I know one of my favorite things to bring you is some data. And another thing that you love is when we compute it. So this is number 21. Listen to the impact of Project Titanium. Of more than 5,000 firearms and shotgun license grants and renewals have been completed using the Project Titanium questionnaire since trials began in May of last year. 7 licenses have been revoked or refused, and 7. So if we're doing 7 divided by 5,000, give me what percentage do you think that is? What ratio do you think that is?
Are we going to beat 0.005?
Yeah, actually.
Okay. Then that's my guess.
Okay. It is 0.0014.
Wow.
1,000th. No, that's 100th. It's 100th of a percent.
Boy, that sounds like it's real. I mean, that's almost as effective as what they're doing over here with their crazy gun grabs.
Exactly.
I mean,
so out of 5,000, 7 of them, Tim.
Yeah.
7 people would hunt animals. Or it's just
that makes the Safer Communities Act almost look like it might actually do something, which it doesn't.
It doesn't, but right. Well, here's where I get to the actual timing of this. Again, This is all in the UK, and they're throwing this out there as this amazing, unbelievably never thought through idea. This is number 22. The idea for Project Titanium came out of a conversation between Rachel Williams and Gwent Police Firearms Licensing Officer, who asked her what needed to be done to keep more people safe. Oh, look at that, safe. Where'd I go? There we go. Williams was surprised when she learned there was no questionnaire routinely sent to partners of people who wanted guns. Routinely sent.
Yeah. Do they send more questionnaires, like when somebody's filed for divorce, because that's when emotions are flying? You level false accusations against your former partner. Are you breaking up with somebody? I mean, this just sets the stage for gross abuse, and we all know that jilted exes just love to hurt that ex, right? Like get their rights taken away from them. And yeah, it's like, oh, you want to dump me? You want your ring back? Well, now I'm going to do this to you. And that never happens. That never happens.
No.
But then they don't have a Second Amendment over there. So there's no such thing as a right to the English subjects.
Correct.
They're just, subjects.
They're subjects.
They get things imposed upon them. And they don't really have anything protecting them. Very little anyway.
Very little. But this goes back to the point. This is where the Nostradamus effect comes in, right? if you're seeing this in other areas that are dominated by leftist ideology, you're going to see this in the Californias and the New Yorks and the Illinois, because they look everywhere to think of novel ideas for common sense gun safety, and then they emulate them and they float them up as trial balloons in deep blue bastions. I can't, you know what? I'm going to go on a limb here, Tim. I'm going to guarantee you're going to see this very soon in the United States somewhere. And I'm even going to be daring enough to put a time frame on it. Are you ready for my estimate?
Oh yeah, I was thinking about a number of time frame myself. So let's hear what you got. I'll tell you what I was thinking.
All right, we'll see. So I think that they are not going to do this year, because you've got the election coming, and you've already surpassed the local legislatures have already adjourned. So I think you're going to get through the election. You're going to see where that falls, and come January, when the new legislature sessions come in for multiple states across the entire United States, you're going to see this fly, because I have a funny feeling they're going to be really pissed about who's in power. So you're going to see it go even further on all of their desires. And I think this is coming January or February of next year.
That's very much a Heaven's Gate type prediction. I'm not going to be that bold.
Okay.
I don't think the alien mothership's above us just quite yet. I think I'm guessing I'd say about 3 years, because we're going to need more states to pass red flag laws. There's states that have them on the books. Indiana's one of them, but certainly other states out there, far left leaning bastions of former freedom. And so I think that you're right. I think there's a lot of what ifs that'll play into that factor. If Biden were to win re-election, if they were to get control of the House and the Senate, I think they would feel like they have a lot more political capital, and that would accelerate things like this in those states. But I'm going to say 3 years, because even if there's a partial win for the Democrats and it's still a House divided, if you will, they don't have the political capital to immediately move the ball forward on this. I think that's going to take them a few years. So let's just play it safe.
Okay.
And I was going to say 5. I'm going to bring it down to 3 years. And it will definitely happen in the next administration, I think, maybe towards the end. I wouldn't be so bold as to say it would happen at the very beginning of the administration, even if they were to win both houses in the White House. My guess. So I'm going to say 3.
Well, let's leave it up to the people of the Second Legacy. Let's see what they think.
Okay, let us know down below, folks. What do you think? What's your estimate before we see something like this being proposed? I'm not saying it will pass in the next 3 years. I'm saying it'll be proposed in the next 3 years in one of the states that has a red flag law. What's your prediction? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you for watching Second Legacy, and we'll talk to you guys soon.